Hey buddy, the mosquitoes are active this morning. It's a typical late July, early August morning in the summertime, but I've rarely done, I don't know if I've ever done a story next to a stop sign, but this stop sign has a story because it didn't used to be here. And before the stop sign was here, especially at night, like right now when it's dark, lots of folks, at least twice, ran right into that hill right there. Okay, so a very enterprising fella who moved here from, as lots of folks have from other places, put that bike right there, lit it up, basically as a marker so that nobody would come and run into the hill. And now it has a name, Bicycle Hill. It's all your fault, Tony Jones. Come over here, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I love the idea, and it had some practical application originally, trying to keep people from running into that and hurting themselves. But why do you have 30 plus bikes here now?
Well, it all started out as kind of a safety thing.
Right.
Don't run into my hill because I have to repair it.
Yep.
And then friends said, hey, I have grandchildren that they don't use their bikes anymore.
Yeah.
They want them on the hill.
I love it.
And from there it started.
And so you would, and your story is, as so many people have, you moved here from someplace else.
Yes.
Bought land. This was kind of a weekend place to come
It
so
was.
often.
It was.
And now you've retired here. But
Yes, sir.
sometimes when you would come after being away, there would be bicycles in your driveway.
That is correct. Two,
In your
three,
driveway.
4. Don't know where they came from.
Really?
Still to this day, do not know where they come from.
Interesting. But some of the bikes have a story.
Some of the bikes have a story.
Means-
If you look at the green one, it's actually the ex-mayor's wife's bike.
Okay.
She wanted it on the hill.
Right.
We have city councilman's wife bicycle on the hill.
Okay.
We have friends' grandsons bicycles on the hill.
I love it. I love it. Well, it's beautiful, and it has become a little bit of an attraction. There are many in Jefferson. Now people come and visit Bicycle Hill.
They do. It was not planned that way, nor intended as a tourist stop,
Right.
but someone told me we're actually on Google Maps now.
How about that? Wow, you've arrived.
I guess so.
By the way, he's got his own t-shirts.
Oh.
I found my thrill
at.
Bicycle Hill.
And the reason they did not write on Bicycle Hill, they didn't want people climbing the hill.
Again, there are a lot of reasons to visit Jefferson, and this is just one more, a little eclectic, artistic reason to visit this great little town. Nate, coming back to you, brother.
That is pretty cool. And yeah, so visual. I can imagine driving
Isn't it?
down the roads there and all of a sudden you see all these bicycles glowing on the hillside there. That is unique.
Yes, yep.
No doubt about
Very
it.
different.
Now let's toss it out to Rick Rowe for this morning's ARC LaTeX Made as we get ready to put the wheels on the pavement this morning. Well, maybe on a hill. I'll let him explain. Hey, Rick.
Yeah, we're going to visit a very unique hill. You know, there's a lot of reasons to come to visit Jefferson. We found another one. But in the process of finding Bicycle Hill, which we're going to show you here in a little bit, we discovered this backyard and a very interesting fella. This is Tony Jones, moved here with his wife 17 years ago, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where we are now is basically, we're going to take you through a little that's your she shed. So that's something
That's my wife's she
That's
shed.
for your wife, who's very artistic. She's an artist, a painter, but you are the tinkerer.
I am.
And you take old stuff, lots of antique things, and make them into animated characters, or if not animated, characters of some sort.
Characters,
Okay,
yes.
I love it. And this is kind of this back walkway. And just as we walk, you just tell me what we're looking at.
On the right is the she shed, of course.
Right.
And we have furniture out here in case people want to sit. On the left is we have a couple of characters that kind of watch over the back gardens here.
There you go. Shovels.
And they're made out of shovels, yes.
Right. And there's a door to nowhere. Okay,
Yes.
right there.
And the door really goes to nowhere.
Okay. And then I see that we're there. We talked about Bicycle Hill. We're at the top of Bicycle Hill. And you've taken old bikes that have been donated to you, sometimes anonymously, many times anonymously.
Many.
And you put lights on them, and you have created this really eclectic little place called Bicycle Hill. But let's keep walking. because there's more to Bicycle Hill than people imagine. I don't know how much we're going to get. We got about a minute, Jeff, so we'll get. I just found the top of Bicycle Hill as interesting as the bottom. Okay, so what have you done up here?
Here, my wife has planted a lot of plants. She loves plants. I've created some environments for her. We have fountains back here. This is also the starting place of bicycles when they're ready to go.
Right.
We're getting ready to put pavers down on the walk so people can walk more comfortably back here.
Wow.
There's fencing going up on the right. We've got a fountain going in on the right.
Look at this. Wow.
And I'm too old to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, you're, if you don't mind me mentioning, you're 79 years old, but you talk about a guy that's active and his wife. I mean, this is amazing what they've done. There's the garden now. Go turn around there real quick. There you go. Again, it's a little dark here, I realize, but you get a sense of how amazing these people are. And this is what I find so fascinating about a place like Jefferson. It attracts very unique, extraordinary people with unique talents. A lot of artists are attracted to, and historians, I guess, are attracted to this wonderful little town. And they do cool things with their artistic talent, and that's what Tony and his wife have done. And again, Bicycle Hill, if you stick around in our 6 o'clock hour, about 6:15, we're going to show you what that looks like from the bottom of the hill. But I just thought it was interesting what you've done at the top of Bicycle Hill.
Well, thank you.
And here's a t-shirt. When you come and visit, I found my thrill at Bicycle Hill, Jefferson, Texas. Very, very clever, my brother. Brian, it's warm this morning, brother, but very, very interesting. I know you're doing some cool things in Plain Dealing. I don't know if you can match this. Back to you, brother. Good morning, buddy. Right, real quick weather report. I know you love it when I do this. It's just hot, folks. It's humid. There's no breeze. It ain't pleasant, okay? But hey, it's late July, early August. But see that stop sign? That stop sign has not always been here. This is Line and No Name Street, the intersection. And for a long time, people would just come on down this street and they'd end up on the side of that hill, okay? In fact, it happened twice. And Tony Jones said no more. So 17 years ago, he put this one bike right here, basically as a marker to say, don't go this way. And they haven't gone this way anymore. You've had no more incidences, right?
No more.
Okay, you got somebody coming down? Look at that, what we do have. And you know, it's probably a tourist, because more and more tourists are traveling Line Avenue right here because they want to see this new eclectic, artistic place called Bicycle Hill, created by you.
Yes, sir.
Initially as a safety measure.
It was.
And now
it's become my habit, I guess.
I mean, look at it. Now, what's interesting is you started with the one bike.
Yes, sir.
And then people started saying, well, look, I've got one.
Yes. We had some friends that had grandchildren that doesn't ride their bikes anymore. They wanted it up here. We have the ex-mayor's wife's bicycle up here, city councilman's wife's bicycles.
And then sometimes you'll just show up in the driveway and
there will be bicycles laying there.
So you've got, in fact, you've got 3 or 4 bikes ready to be mounted.
Ready to be lit up,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And it's become a little bit of a tourist attraction here in town.
That's what they tell me. We do have some traffic down Line Street now that we didn't used to have.
I know the trolley, the guy that does the trolley, that wonderful historic trolley ride through Jefferson, he drives down here.
Yes, he does.
People want to see this.
Yes, they do. Tommy Engel has a great tour, and I'm sure you've been on it.
Yes, absolutely. And a great little trolley. It's a great way to see Jefferson. But again, there's so many reasons to come to visit Jefferson, folks. This is just one more, and I just thought it was very clever and interesting and unique. And whenever I get a chance, I love to show you interesting, clever, eclectic things in the Arklatex, and we found one right here. Let's back out. Might just give them kind of a wide shot the way this looks, especially early in the morning. And ever since you put that bike up, there's been no more collisions with that hill.
No more. Not yet.
You gotta love it. Nate, hey, look, great place to visit on the weekend with people you love, Jefferson, Texas. And one more thing to see and visit. Bicycle Hill in Jefferson, Texas.
That is pretty cool, no doubt about that. All right, hitting all the gears this morning on that. Thank you very much, Rick.
Good morning. You know, I love Jefferson, and I love taking you to really cool places in the Arklatex. I found another one, folks, and this one's very unique. And in fact, you think, what in the world? First time I saw it, Tony Jones, I said, what in the world? Why all these bicycles?
It's a habit that grows on you.
Now, initially, 17 years ago, you put the one bike up because people were running into the side of the hill, so it was a safety measure.
Yes, sir.
But why 30 plus bikes?
Well, it started out, once we put the one bike up, we had friends who had grandchildren said they want their bikes up on the hill.
Yeah.
And then it started more and more.
Right.
Mayor's
Right.
wife's bicycles up here, city councilman's wife's bicycle up here. We found them in the driveway coming back home.
Is that right? Yeah.
And
Something tells me after we air this segment that you may find a few more. And it's become a little bit of a tourist attraction.
it has.
And in fact, your trolley that goes through Jefferson, it's a great way to see Jefferson, by the way. What's the name of the trolley?
It's down at Kennedy Manor. I think they call it the Jefferson Bell.
The Jefferson Bell, I think that's right. It comes down Line Avenue, which is this little road here, and he talks about Bicycle Hill, and people ooh and all and giggle. It's just fun.
They do, and get some nice comments.
It's beautiful. Now, you're one of those folks, and there's a lot of them, lived in the big city, traveled all over the country, all over the world, decided to settle and retire here.
Yes, sir.
Why?
We come to Jefferson for the first time, and my wife and I had a different feeling as soon as we started meeting the people,
Wow.
everything, and we drove back home that night and said, we need to look for property.
How about that? And you'd already built your home. You thought it would be retirement home in Denton, Texas.
Correct.
Instead, decided to retire here. And like so many people do, when you come and when they come and retire here, they bring their personality, their talents, their artistic ability to this town and enrich it. And you have.
Well, thank you.
There's no other place in America, I guarantee there's no other place in America, folks, than Jefferson, Texas, then you can see this very unique place. And it's all his fault. Tony Jones.
My fault.
His fault.
And my
Bicycle
wife's.
Hill in Jefferson, Texas. Come see us.